And they think we're stupid. But we're not. They haven't read the bill, and I seriously doubt a lot of them haven't read the Constitution. Is that right? You think they've read the Constitution? Well, they know somebody's got to read it. And somebody's got to let them know that we have read it.
Right.
And I said this at the Tea Party that we had in Union on Monday. If we want to protect our state sovereignty, if we want to protect our individual liberties, we have to take the truth to them. We have to cite the Constitution. We have to let them know that we know what law it is that they're bound to. Thomas Jefferson said, "Is confidence or a strict limit the principles of our Constitution?" He also said, confidence everywhere has always been the parent of despotism. In other words, placing our confidence in man, placing our confidence in that ruling elite has always ushered in a totalitarian form of government. And they would love to have that. If you think otherwise, you are kidding yourself. They would love to have it. You see, in states like Missouri, people are starting to wake up and saying, you know what, you've reached too far one too many times. We're not going to take it any longer. I use the same quote everywhere I go. And anytime I ever get a microphone and every time I get the opportunity, I want to make sure that this gets drilled into people's minds. If anybody here has heard me speak before, you've heard me say it. Thomas Jefferson said, "In questions of power, let no more be heard of confidence in man, but bind him down from his mischief by the chains of the Constitution." The Constitution is a chain, and all the links that they have to pull around it are all confined in Article 1, Section 8. This Constitution is a document designed to govern them, not us. Our state governments is where we have the ability to govern ourselves. I'm going to walk away here in just about 10 seconds. But it's more than just showing up at rallies like this.
Right.
We're going to hear about some legislation where we're going to make that attempt to reassert our state sovereignty. And that means everybody here needs to have your phones busy, your emails need to be busy, your hands need to be cramped from writing letters. We do not have any time to play around. We don't have any time to just, in some fantasy world, wish that somebody else is going to do it for us and it's going to get done. This is really what it boils down to. How much are you all willing to do to keep what little freedom that we have left? And when I say little freedom, I do mean little freedom. Don't be fooled into thinking that you're 100% free just because when you go home, you're going to drive past 7 or 8 different fast food restaurants and be able to take your pick. When we're already being told what light bulbs you can and can't have, that's one way to know that they've reached a little bit too far for sure. When they can come into your home and tell you how you can light your house. When they tell you what kind of cars you can and can't drive and what kind of ingredients you can and can't put in your own food, you know that that chain is broken and they're extending their reach and they're putting their hands into your freedom. Franklin Roosevelt said that the United States Constitution is the most marvelously elastic governing document. Franklin Roosevelt was dead wrong. It is not an elastic document. And I'm not just here to bash any political party, because the truth of the matter is all too often the Democrats stretch the Constitution to the left and wrap it around us and choking us out of our liberties. And all too often the Republicans try to combat that by stretching it way over to the right and choking us out of our liberties. But I'd rather than not be able to stretch it anywhere because I want to maintain my freedom. And if the law of the land that they took an oath to, that I took an oath to, there's a lot of other military servicemen, retired, active, reserve, whatever, out here. There's a lot of people out there that took that oath and they think a whole lot like I do. And that is that this oath that I took, there's no expiration date. And if I get the opportunity to speak out, I am going to speak out. You can count on that. By looking at this crowd, I'm seeing the same faces show up at events that I've been to before, and I know that I can count on other people to speak out and to be there when we need people to be there. So we can scream in their ears till their eardrums burst, until their windows shatter, until they hear us. And wait, like I said, I'm going to step off here in 10 seconds. But we need to let them know that states are sovereign. We are sovereign and independent states. Read the minutes of the Constitutional Convention. That's the whole point behind even having United States senators. It is to be a check on the federal government so states can protect their individual sovereignty. But in all that is written in the Constitution. I would like to encourage you and motivate you, if I could, read the Constitution. Somebody has to read that. Let it be us, because we the people put the Constitution into effect. So if anybody's got to know it, we definitely have to know it. Democrat in Texas once said, and I could not agree with him anymore. He said, I prefer a man who will burn the flag and wrap himself in the Constitution than a man who will burn the Constitution and wrap himself in the flag. Because the Constitution is where our freedoms are. My name is Paul Curtman.